Hi, it's a constant angler. Before you, you'll see sleeper craws, so we call them mega bass dark sleeper craws, or are they? Well, this packaging probably give it away. It's very similar to the original, but they are blatantly ripping them off. But let's see if they are as good as the original, because you're talking a lot of money for the original lure. You could be anywhere between sort of 13, 15 pounds delivered in the UK for one lure. So I saw some copies on AliExpress, and I'll try and point out some subtle differences to you between the two. So in the middle, if you haven't guessed already, which is very hard to do, is an original Dark Sleeper Craw. So if you look at the detailing on the belly and the little sort of tentacles here, or feet, you've got a weight built in here, and then you've got your loop to tie on, and hidden away there is your hook, your barbed hook, which are very sharp. And you tuck that back in the body like that, and you got a few tentacles out the front, and you got your claws. I always say that wrong. And you can stick flavour in there, scents, whatever you like. There's a little hole recess there. You can pack it into the body if you want. It'll help with hooking, as it will lubricate that hook coming out. Yeah, I mean, they do look like, you're going to struggle when a fish bites down to get your hook point to get a purchase, but they do work. We've been using these in the UK for bass in estuaries in particular. They're sort of going to move back like this. You can see there's a lot of movement there with a little bit of movement from me. And bass seem to love them as they do the dark sleeper lures. So these are the dark sleeper craw lures. I think I've got the name wrong. If not, I'll pop it up there. As I do these things, sometimes I do. And this is a copy, and that's a copy. So, I've got a sort of red colour there. You can get colours very similar to this. Just a casual glance, you wouldn't notice any difference there. But I have noticed a couple. So if we turn them upside down first, and let's have a look at the base. What a blatant copy, aren't they? You can see the detail there, the size of the claws, the detail in the claws, and everything. They're an exact match like that. Flip them over, exactly the same. Let's have a look at the hole in the base of the claw there. And get it focuses there. It's hard to show you on this one, so I'm going to take the other one out of the packet, see if we can't see it a bit clearer with that sort of translucent there. It's very hard to see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, there's a hole there. There's something there, but it's not as clear as the original. The sort of curvature on the inside of the claw is exactly the same, so the thing is pretty much molded exactly the same. There is a couple of other differences, though, that I will show that, but might prove to be. I don't know until I get on the bank with them, and it's a little bit early in the season yet, really, to be doing that. That may make a difference on the bank. If you look at this one alongside that one, can you see how you can see the hook on the copy, but not on the original? It's actually quite a way down inside there, much further inside the plastic. Although this doesn't look as though the mold is any different. There's the same amount of plastic on each lure. In fact, this one looks like it might have a bit more even where the hook goes in. I think the hook is the difference rather than the mold being the difference. If I do that, I can quite easily snag that. I can do it with this one, but it's not as easy and as pronounced. If you bear in mind, they're going to be going backwards, so anything they're pulling into, this is going to catch on weed and things like that. That could be a big difference, because as you can see, look, you can notice it. You cannot see the hook at all in that one. I've only got one, so that might just be, my sample's very good, but who knows. But if you also look at the line tie here, you see how this one is far more, let's get it right here. When you look at the lure like that, this one comes out more at the top, this one comes out more at the back. And if I can pull the plastic back around whilst trying to show you on film, that to me is more vertical than this one. So that might just be why the hook's just not quite sitting right. So maybe they haven't, they've used the same body but a different hook. of less quality maybe. It feels fine, it's sharp, it's barbed, it looks big enough and strong enough. It doesn't look rubbish, it really doesn't. But if that's not exactly the same, or they're not putting it into the bait the same, moulding around it, the hook in the same, then that might be a problem. It might not. I don't think that the line tie will make much difference to you retrieving your lure. In fact, this may allow for the slightly different angle of the hook point here with that there. You could bend that down a little, but you're probably losing some hooking efficiency there, I would suggest. But, the biggest thing is, how much am I paying for these? Well, these are coming in somewhere around £4 a piece with delivery. If you do a bulk order, they're cheaper than that. Or if you order several of them at once, it's the same amount of delivery, I think, for 3 years as one, or it was when I did. And I'm looking at trying to get these probably £13-15 delivered in the UK. 13 of them are very lucky, but they're very popular at the minute. So we'll have to wait and see on the bank, won't we, what's what. So you can see that hook point clearly poking out of this one here. And yeah, the rubber feels the same. It's not possibly that softer, but not to the point where I think it's going to be a problem. So yeah, you pay your money, you take your chances. If you want no doubts, then buy the originals and pay it. If you can't afford to buy the original, these aren't snag free, you do lose them, then try the copies. Maybe you can have several of these. It'll really depend on what the hookup ratios are like on them. Do they still attract fish? I don't think there's any scent in these things. Actually, there might be in that one. There's some sort of sweet scent in that one. No scent at all in these, which is not a problem. You can put your own personal scent in there, can't you? I'd be sticking some sort of squiddy, crabby scent into these. You can buy them anywhere. You probably already own them. They're 5/8 of an ounce. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good copy, to be honest. How well they fish on the bank, I don't know, but I will let you know as soon as I do.